So, what if you don't know your exact post MBA career goals yet? What if you think you kind of know, but you're not really sure? When candidates tell me they don't know their exact post MBA goals yet, I remind them that uncertainty in the beginning is normal, but unpreparedness is not. So, what should you do if you're still talking in circles and trying to decide what you want to do post MBA? And is it okay to keep more than one set of career goals on the table? The short answer is yes. It's normal for most MBA candidates to need some time to clarify their post MBA career goals. But here's the bigger truth: clarity about your possible career path after business school is not optional, it's essential. It's something the admissions committee will look for very closely, and it's something you need for yourself if you want to get the full ROI from your MBA. Think about it this way: an MBA is one of the most significant investments of your life in terms of time, money, and opportunity cost. You're not just buying 2 years in a classroom or a network. You're pursuing an MBA because you want access to professional acceleration and to recruiting pipelines. But those things don't just fall into your lap. You need to know how you want to use them. And here's where candidates often underestimate the pace of the MBA. For many career paths, recruiting begins as soon as you arrive on campus, sometimes even earlier. Consulting, investment banking, and certain leadership programs have structured, often accelerated timelines. You don't get a long runway to dabble, to try a few directions, and then make a choice. If you wait too long to decide, you may find yourself shut out of these options altogether. That's why having clarity at the application stage matters so much. Now, some people hear that and panic. They think, if I put this goal in my application, I'm stuck with it. What if I change my mind? That fear is misplaced. The goals you apply with are not a binding contract. You're not promising the admissions committee that you'll follow one exact path for the rest of your career. What you're doing is presenting your best, strongest, most well researched hypothesis. You're showing that you've connected the dots between where you've been, what you'll gain in the MBA, and the impact you want to make after. That's what convinces the AdCom that you're ready. And here's something that candidates don't realize until much later: even if you change your mind once you're in business school, the work you did to articulate a career vision as an MBA candidate will still pay off. Because having gone through the thought process once, you'll be able to pivot much faster. You'll know how to research industries, how to evaluate opportunities against your skills and values, and how to tell a coherent story. You'll have the muscles built, so to speak, and you can flex them again when needed. Now, what about presenting two different possible career paths in your application? Many candidates do keep more than one path in mind, but when you apply, you need to present one path with clarity, conviction, and feasibility. However, there is one caveat. A few programs, Duke Fuqua being a notable example, explicitly ask you to outline both a first choice and an alternate plan. In those cases, you should have that plan B clearly defined. But remember, an alternate plan should not be wildly different. If your first choice is management consulting and you list private equity as your fallback, it might signal a lack of focus and a misunderstanding of how distinct those recruiting pipelines really are. Instead, your alternate plan should be adjacent, aligned with your background, and just as feasible as your plan A. For example, if plan A is strategy consulting, a credible plan B could be corporate strategy at a Fortune 500 firm. If plan A is investment banking in healthcare, a strategically aligned plan B could be corporate development in a healthcare company. Now, don't forget to hit subscribe because next week I'll tackle how to connect your background to your career goals in a way that makes sense, especially if you're switching industries. And if this video was helpful, giving it a like will help more MBA candidates find it.